Hey guys, all right, so you're going to turn to example 4 in your notes packet where it talks about the Richter scale. It says, in December 2004, an earthquake with magnitude 9.3 hit the northwest coast of Sumatra. What was the intensity of this earthquake? So the Richter scale is this right here. It says that the logarithm of the intensity is equal to the magnitude. So we know the magnitude, and we know a little bit about logarithms. So one thing that we haven't mentioned is if you don't have a base, so if they don't give you a base for a logarithm, you're going to assume that that base is 10. This is called a common logarithm. So we're going to use the common logarithm with base 10. Now we don't know the intensity, that's what we're trying to find, but we know that the magnitude was 9.3. So we're going to plug in 9.3. Now to find intensity, we'll need to rewrite this in exponential form. So that would be 10 to the 9.3 equals I, the intensity. Now with our calculators, we're going to type that in and see what that is. So 10 to the 9.3 power. So we get a really big number. That one right there. Let's write that down. So 526, 2314. Okay, and I'm kind of rounding to the nearest whole number. All right, so if we put in our commas, we can see that that's like close to 2 billion. All right, so that's the intensity of the first earthquake. Then it says that in 2005, another earthquake hit, and that one had a magnitude of 8.7. So let's see what the intensity of this one would be. So log base 10 of the intensity equals the magnitude. So if we rewrite this in exponential form, we're going to take the base of the logarithm, and it becomes the base of the exponent. 8.7 becomes the exponent, and now we'll type that in on our calculator. Okay, so when we type that in, all right, you can't really see that, so I will write it down. It says this number all right, so you can see this number is closer to like 501 million. So it's still a really big number, but it's a lot smaller. Okay, now if we want to compare the two earthquakes, so this is using a log property. We'll talk more about this week. We will see how many more times intense the first earthquake is compared to the second earthquake. So we're trying to see like how much worse the first earthquake was in comparison to the second. So we're going to do log base 10 of the first one over the second one, and that's going to be equal to the magnitude of the first earthquake minus the magnitude of the second earthquake. Okay, so that difference is 0.6. So it's only 0.6 different on the Richter scale. But intensity-wise, this one we saw was a lot more intense, right? So now we're going to see how many more times intense that is. So again, we're going to rewrite this. 10 to the 0.6 equals that ratio of the first intensity to the second intensity. Okay, so when we type this in on our calculators, we get 3.981. Okay, so that basically means that the magnitude 9.3 earthquake was almost 4 times more intense than the 8.7 earthquake. And that's how the Richter scale works.